What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today is a huge day because my absolute favorite pitcher has a specialty card back in the game. Justin Verlander is part of the new kitchen sink pack as one of the rare cards with a 95 based on his 2013 postseason. You can see here we got the 100 Stammy, 95 hit 9, 94 K9, 78 BB9. Gotta be careful with where you're throwing it there. But the 115 clutch, so if things get a little sticky, he's not going to lose his composure. 80 control, 86 velo, 94 break. You can see here the break on the cards is fantastic. Of course, the 94 references his highest break on any pitch. Same with the pitch control. Actually, no, the pitch control. So I think break is the highest break you have on any single pitch. Control does look like an average of them because his 93 control is the highest there on the fastball. Yeah, and if you average those four out, it's about 80. So there you go. And then the velo, I think, is just I don't think it's the average velocity of the four pitches here. Because yeah, that would equal 90. So maybe velo's on a scale where like a 93 mile an hour fastball is like a 92 velo. I don't know. It's confusing. I would not look at that anyway. It's all on the card. You don't need to look at the control, velo, and break ratings individually. Here on the bottom, you can look in the upper right and get all the info you need. Let me get myself out of the way so you can see Justin in all his greatness there. I did pull one pack. I did not get the rare round, so I went ahead and bought JV off the market right around this price here. He may go down, and I may end up, you know, not loving that price I paid. I don't care though. It's Justin Verlander. It does not matter to me on some players, and Verlander is among them. So it's time to get in and play a seasons game with him. I did get Darren O'Day. That's who I picked in the low round. I'm not going to put him in right away. We'll see how he goes. Let's go out to Franco Park. Let's get JV here. This is the best now that, you know, when you want to do a debut. I'm sure the YouTubers who do all sorts of debuts with pitchers love that you can now just go in and pick the guy. You don't have to wait to get him and go through God knows how many games. It could take you 20 games to get somebody. How awful was that? Those of you coming over from Xbox, you don't know that pain. It was tough when you wanted to just debut your brand new card that you spent, you know, 60K on and you couldn't. But we can. We can go right to JV here. Now, I've got the break and control written down for all of his pitches here, and I have it for a select number of pitchers I've been using that are relatively new to my rotation. Because until I really kind of committed to memory, I like to have something to reference so I know what to expect out of certain pitches, right? So like his 12-6 curveball has 68 control. So you're going to hang some there if you're not hitting really strong inputs. If you're hitting your good inputs, of course, you should continue to have the ball go where you want it to go. But if you miss a little bit of 68 control, that's going to hang. That's going to create trouble. Even the 78 control on the changeup. So it gives you an idea of how you can miss and what you can expect if you miss in certain ways. The 83 control and 89 break on the slider makes it a really good fourth pitch. Usually that fourth pitch is a little off, you know, a little lower than what you want to be using. Not the case with JV, and of course the 93 control and 84 break on the four-seamer. You love that heater. He does not have outlier. I wonder if they'd make an exception with him and actually give JV the outlier here, because he had this very unique thing where he built up in games, and as the game went on, he would work his way to where he was pitching 98, 99, 100 in the 6th, 7th, 8th inning of games after opening 94 to 96 for the first 4, 5, 6 innings. So it was really, really wild to see him work that way. And it's not easy to kind of reflect that in this card because his average velo was not 98, 99 in any of his Tigers years. I don't believe so, at least. And I believe that's what you need to have for them to give outliers. So let me pull up his page here while we get into our next pitch. Gonna get a little same-handed circle change, see where that goes. Oh, we went around. Let's go. So yeah, looking at his time with the Tigers, he really kind of sat in that 95 average range, and that doesn't get outlier. Like, I understand that, but I think if you could make an exception with somebody, it would be Verlander, and I think it would track logically to give him the outlier. Now, I don't know if they can just put outlier on whomever they want, and then, unless they if they have a velo lower than 98, 99 average, I don't know. But again, I think even if you did just give it to him right off rip, so that he was throwing 98, 99 all game with the extra 2 to 3 miles an hour coming from outlier, I don't think anybody would object to that. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll ask. We'll ask and see if they can do it. Big first inning there. Dices right through him. Let's see if we can get the hitting going, because it's been a challenge on Hall of Fame, folks. Let me just be clear about where my hitting's at. Didn't want to swing first pitch there. Figured he'd open with a strike. Gonna have to be very mindful of that first pitch slurve from Barrios, along with the 4-seamer, 2-seamer, and changeup. And there is that slurve. Lined out for the first out with Nico Goodrum. 2 Tigers to start the starting pitcher, and then our leadoff hitter. Banks has been a problem for the opposition. It's been really good for me. Let's see if he can get us started here in the first inning. He's going to really lean on that slurve. Obviously already off to a good start with it. Already almost has it at full confidence. Dot. Good pitch. Good pitch. Probably going to go right back to the slurve. Nope. He goes change up. I go down and get it. Fly out to center. You don't want to go to center field this year for sure. It's just the perfects to center field seem to find the center fielder gloves because they're right at them, and then hits like that, they just don't really land. Center field, back up the box, which was like the prototypical little league advice for hitting when I was growing up. Now, on the ground even is not safe. As you can see here, this guy's Sanchez is shifted. That's the pitch. Sanchez has been great for me. I played a good handful of games now on Hall of Fame, including against some lefties, and gets hit. Let's go. And I've still been able to do damage. That was a concern because he has a 36 contact against lefties, and I was like, well, do I really want to use Sanchez in that case? I've clubbed a few homers, you know, against lefties in those situations. And he's just so devastating. Oh, that I need to be on that, man. Sanchez is just so devastating that I just can't take him out of the lineup. Just can't do it. Was looking for that slurve. He goes change up. Good pitch. Good sequencing. All right, we go back to JV. Got this towel under my chair here because I had to put some WD-40 on it. Didn't want it to like leak onto the carpet. File that under things nobody gives a crap about. Open first pitch slider. So, you know, I'm trying to be rude, just being straightforward about it, just being honest. That doesn't really, our opponent is a top flight hitter. He's check swinging at a lot of stuff. He's kind of in between pitches a little bit, and we can use that to our advantage here. Let's see what this circle change can do. I think we're going to get a strikeout, and we are. He's got Soler in the cut here. We got open curve. Uh-oh, hung that one a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We got lucky that he was out in front of it, but we got to be careful there. That's going to get punished by a lot of players. Please don't quit. I'm trying to do a video here, my guy. Please don't quit. Please don't. If it happens, I'll go right into another. Well, I can't use it. Never mind. Used to be before the stamina was changed, and I'm fine with the stamina change. It makes sense. But it used to be that you could dive right back in, and yeah, they would have lost a little stamina, but it would be enough to where you could still go like 4 or 5 innings with them, and then you pair it with the first 2 or 3 that you got, and it looks like a whole start. So I hope he just sticks around. I mean, it's 0-0. You don't have to quit. Thankfully, I'm a terrible hitter. Now I'm cutting him up with Verlander, and you do have to take the opponent into account when you're judging something. He's been a very free swinger. This is just a quick menu, so it doesn't look like he's quitting. You have to take that into account. I will say this, though. 2 innings in, I like the movement of the stuff. It is moving very nicely in Hall of Fame here. Fat slurve, and I miss it. Didn't miss that one. Acuna. That's gone. Let's go. 1-0. Oh. Almost hit his bullpen. Oh. That ball morphed through the wall. And we're on the board. 1-0. Let's go. Got you a lead, JV. That might be all I can get, though. I'm not a very good hitter. Don't be coming for Sam Huff's knee. Been up and down with Sam Huff. Had 3 homers last night with him. 2 in a game, although 1 was super scuffed. It was like a pretty standard fly out that the guy missed. It bounces next to him. And it was at a replica of the Tiger Stadium, the old Tigers Park, which is pretty big out in center. So it was just out there in this cavernous center field. And Huff just ran for days, and they counted it as an inside the Parker. But then I hit a legit one later in that game, and then another legit one later that night. And I bring that up because I've been looking to get my power going with Huff. The batting average and walk rate have been there, or an OBP I should say, because I've been taking some walks. Those have been there with Huff. I've been liking that card, but I wanted to see the power hit another level, and it started to last night. We'll see how it goes today. I'm recording this on Tuesday, and I'll be on stream later today on Tuesday. It's about 3 o'clock right now. I'll be on stream probably around 7, playing more seasons. And we'll see how it goes. JV now in for some cuts. Just trying to use a handful of pitches when you're batting with the pitcher. Oh, JV, let's go. Just a little contact swing with pitchers, man. Just see what you can get. Grimy. Don't quit off of that. Oh, quick menu again. Never mind. Oh, he said Barrios here. Oh. Okay. What the hell's that? Yep. Okay. Okay. Well, I got a lead, so I might just have to win 1-0 if this is crazy. Might go 2-run homer here, though, too. Oh, never mind. That's a hundo. The tough part is, too, is that just my brain, when it sees this delivery, is thinking like Darren O'Day, Tyler Rogers, Pat Neshek, which is inherently slower. So I just don't think I'm ready for a hundo coming up at the top of the zone there. So Shohei says it's not quite a 2-run homer. It's more of like a strikeout. But we got a lead. Acuna goes yard off Barrios. Now JV's back to work, 20 pitches in. My man's is here to swing. He's going to get his cuts in. We're going to go double slidey here. Then we're going to go with the changeup, get him out front of that, hopefully. Okay, good take. Wish I'd have dotted him when he finally does take a pitch. Yoink. Because Adley is struggling, hitting 181. I bought Adley because he was down at 30K, which I thought was a pretty good price. But then the Sanchez and Huff came out. And I'm starting both because I have Huff at first base. To where I haven't even been able to get Adley in yet because Sanchez has been so godly. The only way Huff got in was that I just didn't have a first baseman that was really establishing himself and holding the role. I know I'm supposed to be talking about JV, man, but he's kind of cutting right now. Now, this is obviously going to be like a good hitter, I would imagine, right? He's only wearing 1 batting glove. Weird. Okay, he's better against lefties. He hasn't quite built him up against righties here. Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's his hitting. And it's just decent against both sides, nothing special. But you gotta be careful with caps. I heard they're just OP in general. I'm gonna try to triple gas him. Okay, so I just hit 99 there. So wait, it looks like... Okay. Okay, the four-seamer's 94 to 99. Okay, so that actually kind of mitigates everything I said about Verlander earlier. About them not being able to emulate the way he kind of built up. Well, with a 5 mile an hour difference there, that absolutely is. Now, I don't know if they can program it to where innings 1 through 5, he kind of lives 94 to 96 with an occasional 97 plus. But then on the games that he was dealing, Verlander, once he got into like the 6th, 7th, and beyond, that's when the velo would take off. I doubt they can program it. They can program it that finely, but I like this. I like that I can run a pretty good range. I don't think... I'll say then, I don't think he needs outlier. If he can hit 99 with this card, I think that works. All right, let's go, Ernie. Told you Ernie's a problem. Another base knock for Big Ern. All right, Gary, what you got?
The catcher, Gary Sanchez.
Waiting for this heater up here. Because you know one's coming at some point. Oh. There it was, but it didn't go up and away, which he had been doing. If I'd have done the little check swing, that would have hit him. Oh, they're going to ring me. I'm the worst check swinger ever. Yeah, it's not even close. Not even close. I get off like 1 out of every 8 check swings in my favor. Your boy does not have a sensitive thumb. I smashed that shit. Okay, that's a good pitch. Oh no! Could have killed that. I'm on that heater though. Huh? Hey, there's the one. Alright, so the next 8, or the next 7 are gonna be trash. Not really how it works, but you know what I mean. He changed his delivery there. You quick pitch me? Why? Oh well, he got the fly out. Alright, well. We keep pitching with JV. Buxton, Baez, Posada. We're clean through 3. Oh, look at that little rainbow. We threw one of every pitch last time. That's adorable. Okay. Trying to break up his no-no this way. Why wouldn't you throw it? But why, though, is the question. But why? Alright, one pitch out there. He's going to run at some point. It's just a matter of kind of guessing. Is it going to be this first pitch here? I don't know. It is. Got him. Maybe not. Let's go! I knew that one was going to be a little close because it is still 99 speed. But I nailed it. If I don't nail that throw, I don't get him. Oh no, tie game? Oh, let's go. Let's go. Whew. Got a little sweat there, a little sweat bead. We got him. So he gets this bunt hit to get rid of the no-no. Which, hey, I'd love to throw a no-no. In fact, he's still the only one that threw a no-no. Justin Verlander is my only no-no on stream against a human opponent. Years ago at this point. And that would have been great if he had continued it. But I feel like this gentleman would not see that through. Although maybe if it was 1-0, he would. Yo, this guy's a fucking trouble for me. I was gonna say he's a problem, but then I'm saying everyone's a problem. I'm kind of overusing that phrase, so that's why I stuttered. So I was just going to say the same thing. I ended up telling you guys that I was going to say it again anyway. Uh-oh, Ronald. You can't stop him. Guess what, dude? Ronald's a problem, bro. Let's go. He'll just do it all on his own. He's like, I got this. I'm making plays in center field. I'm out here clubbing dongs. Double dong, baby. Acuna was one of those where I got a little too cute. Like, I'd been producing with him. I pulled him relatively early this year, put him in the lineup right away, and he was great. And then I hit like a little skid, but overall I was still producing. Like, for me, after last season, with all the Hall of Fame games I played, trying to get my rating up, my hitting was awful there. And so if you had like a mid-800s OPS with so much of your time spent in Hall of Fame, that was good for me because I'm just not a great hitter. So I was like, okay, he's got like an 870. That's pretty good. But then some other guys came around. Randy Arozarena, Tops Now, was one of them. And I just took Acuna out. And it was like, don't fix what ain't broken. I love using new content as much as the next guy. He's got to be thrown out here. This guy's wilding out. We're not going to make it the whole game here. My man's is getting funky. It's 2-0. And he's just like, let me just chuck the ball at people. Listen, when I go down 1 on Hall of Fame these days, I'm like, oh, this is going to be hard. Because that's where my hitting's at. So I understand being like, this sucks to be down 2-0. But that doesn't mean the game's over. I don't start being an idiot. I'll complain a little bit and kind of, try to work my way through things. But I don't just flat give up. What's happening here? Is he just going to quit? I don't know what's going on. We'll see. We'll see how it goes here. Wish I could pause too so we could at least go look at like some stats or something. By the way, looking at his creative pitcher stats, 289 ERA, .54 whip, 18.3 K9, sub 1 walk 9. That's disgusting. Okay, lost connection. He quit. So I don't know. Like I can't use Verlander again right away, and that really sucks. It's a tough part about doing like debut videos. We got 22 points. That's the tough part, is that you don't know if somebody's going to cooperate and play a full game with you. And in this instance, it did not happen. I kind of had that feeling right away, if I'm just being real with y'all. We did get through 4 innings, 8 strikeouts. Again, I'm not going to sit here and suggest that this opponent was the best challenge for Verlander. Like, remember when I hung that one curve? Anybody that's like an above average player has a great chance of punishing that. And I would say this guy was average or below. And his rating was low 600s. So here, I'm not here to just like bash on other players. I'm not a stud myself. But it was fortunate to have that situation. I'm going to get more Verlander games in tonight. So if you're watching this on Tuesday late afternoon, early evening, I'm streaming right now, twitch.tv/sport. Come through. Maybe check out another Verlander start. Hopefully we get some more against some folks that are kind of on that same level that I'm on. And right now, which is the mid 700s, working my way. Hopefully by tonight I'm in the 800s. Got to have a big night. And I will say, I liked the stuff a lot. I can kind of independently judge how his stuff moved and worked. I can judge that independently from the player itself. It's an interesting 4-pitch mix that does not have a lot of the meta pitches, but it has the pitches that you need. 4-seam, change, slider. If you have those 3, you have a working base. I wish I had a cutter, wish I had a sinker, but he didn't throw those pitches. He eventually started throwing a cutter later in his career that maybe they could put on a different card, but it doesn't go on this one. It wouldn't be true to the player. So we go with what we've got here, and I think this card will work against a lot of players. I try not to judge everything through the prism of like, well, if if you can't shut down your friend Kyle and Magunski and Pitching Rebel, then it's a bad card. It's like, because who can shut those guys down? And I think too often we worry about how a player would do against the top tier. And I understand that, right? Because you never know who you're going to match up against. And you're like, well, what if I run into somebody who's really good? Well, the thing of it is with that, with regards to judging pitchers, is there aren't many pitchers who are really going to do well against them. You're trying to like hold the bleeding when you're going to face somebody like that. So judge it more off of the majority, right? The majority of players, bell curve, we talk about it on stream a lot. Bell curve, most people are going to live in the 600 to 800 range, which is, you know, a very large pool of average to above average players. You're going to get a lot of good games in there. And if a pitcher can survive in there and consistently deliver you good outings, every once in a while they're going to get wrecked. You know who's been getting wrecked a lot this year has been my Hershiser. Now, I am in Hall of Fame, finally, and hopefully I can stay there all night tonight, because there is a new thing this year. If you're in 700 range, if you play anybody in the 500 or 6 or 500 range, it brings them up to Hall of Fame. You don't go down to All-Star against them. So now that I'm guaranteed Hall of Fame games, I'm going to try Hershiser still. I'm not quitting him yet, but it has been really bad. Most of it on All-Star, too. I didn't know about that new Hall of Fame rule until my Twitch chat told me, I think last night or Sunday. And so I haven't used Hershiser since then. So he may have had a Hall of Fame game or two in this mix, but I wasn't aware that that was happening. I did think that my PCIs were a little fishy. At some point, I was like, this is smaller. Maybe it's just that the pitcher's really good, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together. So I'm going to give him a shot, but I'm nervous. Bottom line, though, if you like Verlander like I do, give him a shot. He's going to come in somewhere in like the 55 to 65,000 stub range, which I think is a fair price for this card, to at least give him a shot, see where you're at with him. So far, I like him. We'll see how he does tonight after a bunch more starts. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry it wasn't longer, only 4 innings of work, but I really like the card. I'll say that the 4-seamer and the slider were a really nice combo. Those are probably his 2 best pitches. That changeup is definitely really good, though. Curve, you're only going to use it sparingly, kind of mix it in, throw somebody really off pace, maybe throw it in some fastball counts when they're looking for that heat, maybe up and in, and you loop that little curve in, get them out in front of it, things like that. But thanks for watching. Check me out on Twitch. Peace.